morning. This is Eve Grosser, the host for Climathon Parañaque 2021. I would like to introduce you Mr. Dan Renner, the chairman of the board of Engine Eco Philippines. Hello, sir.
Good morning. Good morning to you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So, Mr. Dan Renner will be sharing more about the company, Engines Eco Philippines. He'll be presenting uh, at his slide, and then
So this is a quick presentation on our what we're doing here at Engine Ecophils. We're a company that incorporated in February 2020, which means unfortunately that the current pandemic situation interfered with our operations quite a bit, but we're still making things happen. This is what's going on the planet right now, in case somebody has not been noticing. We're getting there's a lot of CO2 buildup. More importantly, honestly, there's a lot more black carbon buildup that the UN actually just recently stated. They put out a report where they said that black carbon, such as this and this here, causes about 45% of the increase in temperature that's going on the Earth right now. And this is black carbon buildup in the Arctic. So this is what we're working on, is to reduce that black carbon, reduce the CO2, and a couple of other greenhouse gases such as carbon monoxide, which is the gas that will kill you if you go into a garage and start up your car and close all the windows in the garage. So we want to reduce all these. These are poisons that don't need to be in the air. According to the WHO, 7 million people die each year due to air pollution. This is an interview by Dr. Maria Niera. You can find this interview on this link here. And she will let you know that this is 7 million premature deaths every year, just caused by air pollution. So I think if you did some research, you'll find out that other things that are considered deadly are nowhere near as deadly as air pollution. All right. So what about electric vehicles? Can electric vehicles save us? Not according to the International Energy Agency. They predict that by 2030, only 7% of the vehicles on the planet will be electric vehicles. Now, why only 7%? Because you have manufacturing, you have delivery, you have the expense. A lot of people, especially in developing countries, can't afford an electric vehicle. So with only 7% of the vehicles by 2030 being electric, then that leaves 93%, or about 1.8 billion vehicles, still polluting and still causing climate change. So electric vehicles, I'm sorry, they can't help us right now. I'm not really, not in a big way. And with what's going on this planet, with the pollution, with the increase in temperature, we need to make a big difference right now. So our product is basically, it's been titled as a bridge solution to pollution. Now, bridge solution bridges the environmental goals we want with EVs when they finally do take hold and have the largest percentage of the planet's transportation, to what the pollution levels are right now. And the reason it's been called that is because we changed this into this, or this into that. This is what we do. We're particularly have most of our attention on tricycles right now in the Philippines. And this is a letter, this is part of a letter from the City of Malabon's Central Office, where they stated, based on the results attained and considering that the vehicles tested were quite old, all vehicles randomly tested outperformed expected emissions testing results with an average of 2 parts per million hydrocarbons, which is a 0.26% of the legally allowed level of 7,800 parts per million hydrocarbons. That's the Philippines law. So this is what our vehicle does. It drops the greenhouse gas levels drastically. All right, so the benefits of the device are we lower greenhouse gas levels. It's government verified. This is the Philippine government Department of Science and Technology verified to reduce CO2 15% by a fuel reduction, fuel consumption reduction. We're government verified to reduce particulate matter for diesel particulates by 75%. We're government verified to reduce carbon monoxide by 17%, and government verified to reduce hydrocarbons by 65%. So we do a very, very good job at knocking down these emissions. We lower fuel costs. We increase the public utility vehicle driver income, the tricycles, the jeepneys, all these guys. We also, we are partnered with the Foundation for These Abled People, and their website is, I think it's FTI2009.com. They look for work for disabled people all over the Philippines. We're partnering with them. We're having their disabled people fabricate our device in their own homes. We pay them very well, and they have work. We have a device that works. We put it together. When we do this in a large area, like we just finished 100 tricycles in the Katipunan area, the citizens in that area have cleaner air to breathe. They don't have to choke as hard. The engines actually have more power because we're actually making the fuel, a larger percentage of the fuel burn, not more fuel, a larger percentage. It's a note, just as a side note, it's known by all OEMs, car and truck manufacturers, that only 65% of the fuel that enters that vehicle will burn. We make that percentage higher. So if somebody were to, if a PUV driver were to purchase this device, they'd actually get a return on investment in 6 weeks. In other words, they would be saving money 6 weeks after they got it for the rest of the 5 years or so that the engine would last before needing a rebuild. Just to give you an idea, the retail price, it's USD 25, which is about Philippine pesos, is 1,200 pesos for tricycles, motorcycles, and USD 50, which is about PHP 2,500 for autos, jeepneys, small trucks, SUVs, like that. So we are independently verified. We have many before and after emission tests, such as this one, the Makati anti-smoke belching unit tested us. Just different. This guy here was our record for a long time in the diesel opacity test. He scored a 0.2. As a side note, the Philippine average is 2.0, and 2.5 and above is failure. So this is UP Diliman. Their mechanical engineering department tested the device on a 2-year-old Honda, and consumption went down. So we have lots of verification. The device works. We've got about 3,000 users in the Philippines. Another, well, maybe 10% of that is scattered around the world. Some in the U.S., Norway, France, New Zealand, like that. So it works, and it's very inexpensive. Give you a graphic idea. We put our device into 1,000 tricycles. We would take out of the air 14 20,000 liter trucks of fuel every year. Now, if you calculate that by the lifetime of a public utility tricycle, which is usually, the engine is usually about 5 years. The vehicle's longer, but the engine's usually about 5 years. That's 14 times 5 of these trucks. If I remember correctly, it's about 72 or something like that. It's over 70. That's what we're pulling out every year. 287,000 liters of gasoline out of the air that the citizens in that route will have, well, in the routes of those 1,000 tricycles would have to breathe. 760 metric tons per year of CO2 removed from the air. So that is our project. That is our product. And that is what it does. So,
oh, that's very great. I think you've covered everything. all the, yeah. It's the functionality and everything. So, how long have you been working on this project, sir?
well, I initially started in 1995, but that was just as a hobby. I didn't actually go full time on it until about 2009.
That's great. Well, very impressive project. I think it would be a huge impact on our climate and our environment, and especially a social impact on the industries like the todas and the jeepney drivers. Will be having bigger income, especially the crisis that we're facing right now, the increasing fuel and everything. So I think this is really so where do you usually sell this product, sir?
Well, because of COVID, we haven't been doing much selling, honestly.
Oh,
Mostly what we're doing is, right now, most of our interest is coming from either overseas or groups such as the Rotary Club. The Rotary Club, Alabang Magical Business Park, has been helping us to get other clubs interested and get the project throughout the Philippines. So that's mostly been the actual interest that's come in is from organizations or outside the country.
well, that's great. Does it work with motorcycles also?
Oh yeah.
In two-wheel motors. That's
Oh.
great because there's a lot of industries right now. There's a lot of companies right now who really capitalize on motorized deliveries like us. So I think this would be a huge help for a lot of companies, a lot of industries, the riders, the drivers, and everything. In everyone in that industry. So how much do you usually sell this product, sir?
Well, like I say, it's for a motorcycle, tricycle, it's 1,200 pesos. And
That's great.
yeah, it's very, very cheap.
Yes, very affordable, and the functionality, and of course it's very useful, and it will save the environment. It will lessen the CO2 emission. This is really a great invention. It will help a lot, and I hope we can also help you promote this product. Yeah, selling online, and yeah, we can also try to market it with our other partners. We have the sustainability advocates also. This is a good product. Maybe the partners, the industries, the riders, the couriers are also interested with this.
Yeah, we have. I'm trying to say this without sounding like I'm bragging, but we've had a lot of really good results with motorcycles. So yeah, actually whoops, I lost my connection again. Oh, there we go. The Department of Science and Industry. Whoops. Yeah. connection. Oh boy. There we go.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, because the connection's a little unstable. But the Department of Science and Industry, when they tested the gasoline, they tested a Rusi 100cc 4-year-old motorcycle, and we reduced its consumption by 17%.
Wow, that's great.
So that's, we go to tricycles. I have lots of videos. Actually, who is it? The Growth Initiative is an NGO a Philippine NGO. They're college students that basically they just got really bored with the pandemic last year, so they created an NGO to try and make a good change. And they had us do 100 tricycles here in the Katipunan area. And right now, because of the pandemic, the drivers are only spending about 100 pesos a day on fuel. But now with my device, I think I have 4 or 5 video interviews that I did. And they're saying that they're spending about 20% less. So they're saving 20 pesos a day out of 100.
That's a huge thing, sir. That's great. Yeah, actually, this product is truly amazing. Maybe we can also help promoting, and through Climathon and e-grocer will also help to promote your product. I think yeah, this is very great. How about the maintenance, sir? Do we, if there is something wrong, is there like a repair shop or a maintenance center, a
No,
service center?
no maintenance needed.
No maintenance needed.
No.
Okay.
And the oldest that I know of, I think it was in a Mazda Miata, 1990 Mazda Miata, and I knew of that car. I knew where it was, what it was doing up until about 2010. And at that point, the device was already 16 years old in the car, and it was still working.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Truly amazing. Yeah. Wow, that's great. Maybe we look forward doing some projects with you, sir. And then maybe after this interview, a lot call you or contact us or number.
I lost you there. My apologies. Connection. And I lost you again. Ah. You there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, we'd be happy to work with you. If I could keep my connection going, we'd be happy to work with you. I lost you again. Ooh, that was on. There you are. Anyway, yes, we'd be happy to work with you.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So again, this is Mr. Dan Renner. I'll be posting later his contact details, his email address, so you can contact him. And thank you so much, sir, for this interview, for being with us here at Climathon Parañaque. You have inspired a lot with your work. And thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.
Very well. Bye-bye.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. And I'll go. I'll upload the video and then I'll send you the link in just a bit.
All right, sir. Sure. And then I'll just check, and then I'll just put the logos. I think this is ready to go. I think I'll just cut the